Hallo, der Blind Spectator für euch gewonnen und willkommen zurück zu einem neuen React. Wir sind hier wieder auf dem Kanal von Let's Game It Out. Der hat mal wieder ein Video zu Journey gemacht, nämlich dass er 1 Million in 5 Sekunden gemacht hat und das die Realität verändert hat. Das 5-Sekunden-Video geht aber 20 Minuten. Schauen wir mal rein.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing some Journey today. My favorite game about mining where I've spent several videos not doing any mining at all. Unless you count mining for fish, or whatever is left behind by explosions like this, or nuclear fallout left by this. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll do some actual mining today. Oh,
Ja,
also this video is sponsored by GX, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Fischen meinen kann man halt auch machen.
Time. So if you're new to Journey, let me break it down for you. Here's a shovel, there's a river. Take the shovel, walk it over to this bridge, drop it off the side and make a wish. Well, looks like we've done all we need to do today. Time to head to the local pub. Nah, I'm kidding. Go back to the river, regretfully pick up your shovel, throw it in a wet, sad pile, and then grab these other tools over here, which includes little bucket, big bucket, and brush bucket. Ah, but there's so much to pick up here. What am I gonna do? Well, they wouldn't put it here if they didn't want us to use it, right? You go in here, also go in here, bring you along for the ride, and what the hell, let's bring this map we're never gonna use. Okay, and now let's pull this thing all the way over here. Great, we did it. So here's how this is supposed to work. We dig, put the dirt in the tiny bucket, let go of our shovel, which after much collision finally comes to a resting point. Yeah, that's what I meant. And then we take that bucket, dump it in the other bucket, go get some water, alley-oop. All right, quench big bucket's thirst, take your brush, scrubby scrub, just as we intended. Now grab your cart and how about that, huh? You know, can we cut out some of the work here? Can I just take this cart and just bring it all the way into the ocean and then back it out? Will that fill my buckets with water? Cart, come on. What are you doing? Flip over. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. Put it in the water. I mean, this seems promising. Let's hedge our bets and put it under this waterfall. And while that's happening, let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor, Opera GX. The first funsies open up tabs and compare the best. I'm not drawing it to you, Opera to see your browser is smoothly. Options, easy to I want to show you my sale track of a lot. You're using GX. Bad news though. It would appear that no, if the pans are on the cart, they don't fill with water. We still gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Fine, so be it. I'll do your hard work, see if I care. Now you might be wondering to yourself, what do we need these for? Well, I'm sure this will come as no surprise, but gold nuggets can be melted into bars or sold to the jeweler, which means we go up here to the jeweler, hoist our little cart up here, sell for a few coins. Yeah, I'm rich. Anyway, what we really need to be doing is getting more money, and here's why. Welcome to the shop. There are many like it, but this one is closest. That's it. That's what it has going for it. And obviously, if we want some of these things, we're gonna have to buy them. Historically, I turn to these for starting cash. The fishing pole, or as it's been renamed, my first fishing pole. Baby's first fishing pole. Rank 1, cast into any of Hydrogen's rivers, lakes, or shores. Only costs 52 coins. I already forgot. How many coins do we have again? 26.
Ich hab's ja früher auch über dieses eine Spiel. Weiß nicht, ob ihr das kennt, wo man halt quasi dieses Kinderspiel, so ein kleines Brett, und da musste man dann, da hatte jeder so eine kleine Mini-Angel und musste dann da irgendwelche Gegenstände rausfischen und bei sich quasi in die Ecke da packen. Irgendwie sowas.
The fishing rod. There we go. That's better. So I might have gone a little out of control, seeing as how I dug out this big hole right here. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll find a use for it anyway.
Aber hat mal gemeint.
828 coins, all for us. Such riches. That's definitely enough for us to buy this fishing pole. Oh boy, can't wait to make the real money. Ha! Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Aha! We did it! A sardine. Caught in nature's tin can. And what kind of fine price can I get for this? 5 coins? That's so much work, though. How do I even get baby's second fishing pole? Well, follow me. I think we know what we're gonna do next. Which is we're gonna follow this here sign. Looks like we found the place. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? There's another fishing rod under bulletproof glass. And then I guess we got this thing where we're supposed to pay with something. I can't just, like, I don't know, take this, can I? What if I duck and shove my face underneath? Oh, nope, still can't take it. It was worth a shot though. Maybe cash is what this needs. Here you go. Huh, nope, not cash. Well, the sign does show a fish, so let's bring him one. Ha! Okay, here you go. Enjoy. What the hell do you want? Do you want more fish? Because if that's what you're after, I can do that. Wait a minute. Why am I fishing here when I could be fishing over here? No, not at this dock right here. I mean over at this little pond right here. Ha! There. Is that better? Here, have all these fish.
So viele Fische passen da rein.
It's not letting me overturn the bucket. What about from the back? Yeah, there we go. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, we did great. Fine. Hey, look at this one. It's a cod. And this one, a mackerel. Whatever, get in there. Okay, are we good? Is that better? I sure hope so. What do you want from me?
Vielleicht
What
ein
else could I
spezieller
possibly
Fisch.
pull from the ocean that you want? Oh. You want this thing?
Das
Well,
ist
okay,
Garnelen,
then let's
oder?
just dump you right on top. What about now? Are we good? Finally! Oh, I see how this works. You give it whatever fish it wants, and God of Fishing Poles bequeaths upon thee a new fishing pole. In this case, wonky fishing pole, rank 2. Probably a step up from
also
the
wird es dann
previous
immer
pole.
besser.
I'll be the judge of
cool.
that, thank you. Time to fish all night. Oh, it's so boring. I don't have all this time to do all this fishing. Oh, but you know what I do have time for? Using these things. Fishing pot. Construct in water and catch fish. Really? Tell me more. Doesn't seem to want to work here. Fine. Huh, not out here
Tieferes
either, huh?
Wasser?
What, do I need like a permit? What is this, a Cabela's game? You can't use that water. Okay, here we go. Back on our own land, we can finally do it. Well, it's there. Not sure what happens now. I assume we just wait. Well, that was easy enough. I think we know what happens next, right? Yeah, there we go. I may have added just a couple of these things. Essentially as many as the game would allow, up to the point where it doesn't let you build anymore. And you're probably like, but Josh, that was probably expensive, right? How did you afford this? Look, I don't owe you any explanation, except that I might have done some mining by hand. But don't judge me. We're about solutions here. Okay,
hat
so let's
Spielball
see.
gespielt
Look, you can
immerhin.
see the fish right now. Ugh, sardine. No, thank you. What about you? What do you have? Herring. That looks nothing like the picture the thing I need. Kind of a lot of work to go to each and every one of these things. Position your mouse cursor so you're on the fish, pull it out, be disappointed, throw it down like it doesn't matter. But I think I figured out how to speed it up. Come here, let me demonstrate. So when you put these things down, when it highlights blue, that means it's good to go. And if you try to put it where something already is, it turns red. But if you start the placement process right on this square, you can just keep placing it over and over and over on this one spot. And then once there's a fish in there, it turns out there's actually several fish. Okay, well, I think we know where this is going. Okay, it's been a little while here. You wouldn't know it. Everything looks the same, but there's actually like 400 of these in one little space. I collected all the ones in the river and did a little mining for some quick cash. Okay, let's see how picking up fish goes now. Oh my god, there's so many fish. Oh my god, it's still going. So I think what I'm learning, I don't think I can pick these things up fast enough before at least one of these nets catches another fish. Do you hear that noise? That's the nets constantly refilling. Hang on, where's my bucket? Okay, now sit right there. There we go, picking up from the pot, dropping right into the bucket. Do you suppose there's a limit to how many fish you can put in the... So, funny story, I sat here and put fish in the bucket for a little while. If we go underwater, see, it's right there. And as you can see, a lot of them escape. Just gotta move some fish out of the way so we can access the bucket. See, there it is. I just want you to know, I have absolutely no idea how many fish are in here. I think like 10,000. So let's pick it up. And the game froze.
Oh,
wait, no, it didn't. Oh my god, the frame rate is so bad. This is how many frames I get while I'm walking and walking and walking. Thank god we don't need to go very far. Oh boy, we're getting there. Here's how buckets work in this game, by the way. The moment you drop something in and it settles, it loses all collision. And for that reason, you can fill these buckets with a whole lot of stuff, which is why I have no idea how many items are in here. I tried counting, but once you get into the thousands, it's impossible. Come on, almost there. Good god, this took forever. This is it. Put it down.
Ist es echt verkaufen oder willst du nicht bessere Fishing Rods holen?
Slowly but surely. Okay, let's see how we did. That's looking promising. Oh my god. 1.5 million. Amazing. Well, before we sell that, we should probably at least dump it out and see what it looks like, right? Of course we should. Here goes nothing.
Oh god.
Oh, there we go. Now there goes the fish cube and impact. What a splatter. And as everything separates out, all you see are eyeballs, eyeballs, and eyeballs. Well, we've been stuck on this screen for a really, really long time. I'm gonna guess every single one of these little fishies is trying to have its physics calculated as we speak. But it hasn't crashed yet, so... No, wait, there it goes. Yeah, maybe let's not do that after all. I'll just take my money, thank you. Well, now that we got cash in hand and an easy way to replenish it, it's probably time to do some shopping. But we can think bigger than this. After all, we can find more items in Bridgeport. Let's go. So all we need to do is run down a road, over a bridge, and here we are in lovely Bridgeport. Okay, let's see. Where's the first place we want to spend our money? Now, normally, I like to swing by this place, Fabric's Fancy Furniture, because I have a fun history of stealing from this place. Oh, you know what? What? We should
Sorry?
be taking these thrones. 14,500? Can I just load these into the truck? You sure can.
vergessen.
Come on, boys, load them up. Leave no throne unturned. No consequences, all cash. Hey, wait a minute. Do you see what I see? What the hell is this sign right here? Gas.
Echt jetzt?
Wanted. Let's game it out. Reward. 1 billion coins. Well, I never turned down an opportunity to make money. Looks like we know the first thing we're buying. Welcome. Welcome to Hobson's Power
Ist der da
Works.
echt in
Always
dem Spiel
open.
eingefügt
All the
worden?
best items always in stock. Hey there, Mini Nuke. Come with me. You know what they always say? To make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs.
Wunderschön.
Ah, back in the saddle again. And let's just hop down here. Ah, a cube Dela, let's game it out. Come here, you. And down you go.
Ow, be careful.
Shut up, me. You're worth too much to care. Now, where were we? Huh, that's a funny way to
Minus?
say billion, but whatever.
Ah, my soul.
Whoa, what happened? Josh Cube, talk to me. Aw, fiddlesticks, it's gone. Well, everything feels the same. Kinda. All my work here is gone. And over here in the shop, there's an extra table. Haphazardly shoved in front of the other tables. Full of mysterious curiosities. Creative wand? Oh my god. I must be in creative mode now. I remember the devs talking about this, and if it's true, I can just steal anything. So let's find out. The legends are true. We are in creative mode. Finally, we can do anything we want. Let's start by trashing the place. Oh yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. This is what victory
Wundervoll.
feels like. Climbing on top of a pile of crap and looking down at a bunch of beds that I'm gonna call casualties.
Wie kommt man in
You know
den
what I did
Creative
forget to
Mode
do,
rein?
though,
Einfach
is
in den
grab
Nukes
those
hinten, oder
specialty
was?
items before they got buried forever. That's okay.
Cube
I
dann
grabbed a
verkaufen.
couple just in case. Now this hourglass does something very special. You can adjust the time of day and then also pause it. And next up we got the flight cap. Put it on, look to the skies, and gravity is a thing of the past. And you feel fashionable. Looks like I'm up as high as I can go. Quickly, to the borders of the map. Let us have adventure. Oh. We hit an invisible wall. Still, being able to fly to the boundaries of everything is gonna come in mighty handy. And the best part is you can take it off mid-flight. Oh my god, that picture perfect landing. And this thing, it's like the gravity gun. And well, that's lovely. And lastly, we have this magic wand, the creative wand. Duplicates items and can destroy them. I'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
Ah, very nice. Now be gone. You know what's another great perk of creative mode? Prawns be damned. I want that fishing rod now. Why, thank you. How about another one? And another. And another. Oh yeah, if you just keep pushing this button, magical things happen. Isn't it great? Ah, what fishing rod would I like to use today? Oh, there's just so many. I don't know which one to choose. I don't know. Maybe one will
Qual
choose
der Wahl.
us. Ah, perfect. I choose you, fishing rod. So now we're gonna head back to Bridgeport, because I need you to see probably the best thing about creative mode. Now here's the thing. If this were not creative mode, you can only build in designated areas. Everywhere else, like the city, you're not just allowed to build. But here in creative mode, besides shoplifting, we can place stuff anywhere we want. So I guess that means we literally own the place now. Okay, so let's get started. And what a relief to only have to grab one of each thing, since our magic wand will take care of the rest. And then let's back up here, and let's get the things that matter most. Beautiful, beautiful conveyor belts. And my personal favorite, good old-fashioned explosives. I like the idea that we can just take dynamite, just kind of willy-nilly drop it in here with all the other stuff. And now it's time to take all this stuff to our first
Warum nicht?
destination. Here we are at beautiful South Hope. I sure hope not. Speaking of South, we should probably do a little starter digging. And sure, we could use a shovel, but I'm pretty sure we're above that now. Isn't that right, Dynamite? I'm sure you're up to the task, right? And a whole bunch of your closest friends. Okay, there we go. Just gonna make a nice little space. Ah, I see. For when we want that surface of another planet look. Well, so be it. Sure beats digging by hand. Hopefully this'll do the trick. I sure South hope it will. Ah, that's more like it. Yeah, I think we can work with
Ja,
this.
das ist
In
jetzt
you go, truck.
McGratis-Style.
Okay, you go there, and you go there, and as you can tell, I have no order for anything. Just like I like it. And of course, we're gonna need a way out, and nothing says expensive operation like a dirt ladder leading out. You can laugh all you want, but it totally worked. So as a reminder, we're still gonna see if we can find this onyx material, because apparently it's really, really rare. Okay, so we got a couple different types of drills we can use. This one here is called the ram drill. So we'll just build a handful, and you see these ports in the back? That's because they take water to use. So before we get too involved in those, let's go ahead and hook up our pipes. First things first, we take this intake pipe and just slap it right down. That dreadful noise is how you know it's working. Thankfully, this thing will take care of it. And we'll just keep running these pipes. And over to let's crater it out. Okay, there we go. Not the most efficient thing, but since when have we cared about that? Let's turn the water back on, and let's see how this works. All right, let's give this a shot. Ah, perfect. Little crappy pieces of dirt. Awesome. Let's make a couple more. There we go. Even better. Got a bunch of drills and they're all working, except they have nowhere to go quite yet, so it's just piling up. So we're going to use these little vertical guys to really get the dirt moving. We're going to set up a different area for processing. Compliments of our Lord and Savior, being able to build anywhere we want. Hold, please, while I build some stuff. And we're back. Who wants a tour? I know I do. Our journey begins, as you'd expect, with these little rocks, heading away from our facility and finding new life hopping over the South Hope sign. So after our little rock friends fall off this little cliff, it's time to head to town. And it's at this point that we have a series of zigzagging back and forth conveyor belts that take us all the way into Bridgeport, where they take a little deviation from Main Street,
Genau,
cut
das
through where
dachte
the
ich mir
carts
doch, dass
are,
es
at
das
which
tun wird.
point we have a small leap of faith. There you go, fellas. Trust in the system before heading on over to Hobson's Power Works. Don't forget to stop at the gift shop on your way through town and maybe get a snack. After all, it's quite a climb. And then it's time for another jump before cutting through these buildings and onward to Main Street. After that, it's back down to ground level where you'll cut through the giant skull and then off you go back out of town. And then it's time for a painfully long jaunt all the way out of town until we get to lovely Drek Quarry, which feels even better because I didn't pay to use this land. And eventually we come to this, the grinder. This cuts the rocks into smaller rocks so that they can more easily drop into this funnel, which takes us to the next part of our place, where rocks fall down in order to become gems. Don't mind all this stuff, it's all for show. All the magic really happens right here. Rocks fall in, and out come various minerals. Now it's time to head back to the surface, where our little mineral friends get to take a little climb. A very little climb. That's right, they gotta go up in the sky again, and for that they gotta go up the spiral. And once they've reached the top, it's time for another journey, which takes your gems to this little guy. Now it's time to head back down.
Da muss man echt Bock drauf haben, ne?
Oopsie
Um so viel
daisy,
zu bauen.
watch your step. And for the blessed few that make it, it's time for a washing. Compliments of our beautiful sprinkler system. And now that the materials are nice and polished, it's time for their descent. Back to where they started. On the ground, back at the original campsite, where I can come over and crawl on my hands and knees, pick them up by hand, and see if there's any onyx in here. No, no, no. I guess I'll just have to stare up at the sun and wait for more stuff to hit me in the face. Thank you. It's probably going to take a while for this thing to start processing tons of materials, so I'm just going to let this run for a little while, and then we'll check back in. See you shortly. Okay, it's been 8 hours or so. Let's see how we did. I see. No gems at all. That's the process working. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. You might notice that the frame rate's doing really well, which makes me feel very optimistic. As we head along the thoroughfare, we can see that even though we have some casualties, a lot of the rocks are still making it down the conveyor belt. And as we get closer to the part where it makes the gems, I couldn't help but notice we have very few rocks that made it this far. And also due to the sluggish frame rate, I couldn't help but notice how long it's taking these. In fact, I sat here and watched this one rock to see how long it would take, and while I sped it up for you, it took 30 minutes for a rock to go this distance. And then once it got down into the facility, it took another 30 minutes. And then the trip up from here took 45 more minutes. And do you want to know where its journey ended? 2 hours later, they got stuck on these little ramps. That was their triumphant journey. They didn't
Wer nimmt sich die Zeit, das anzugucken, wo die jetzt enden? What the fuck?
even make it to the rest of the stuff. Well, I'm gonna call that a huge success. We didn't find any onyx, but we found something even better. The friends we made along the way. Nah, I'm kidding. We ruined the frame rate, and that's enough for me. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. Thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring.
Sehr schön.
In the description, and I'll see you next time.
Das war dann eine weitere Folge von Let's Game It Out. Ich hoffe, euch hat's gefallen. Wir gucken natürlich auch immer mal wieder bei ihm rein. Aber ihr könnt natürlich auch einfach auf den Kanal schauen. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Haut rein.